Hi there, Eric Backer. The question today is, are xylitol, sorbitol and other sugar alcohols safe replacements for sugar? A question I frequently get asked, and I think I may have completed some videos on this in the past. So I remember when xylitol came out years ago, I bought some of it, particularly chewing gum I really enjoyed. I don't chew gum anymore. I think it's really bad for your health to chew gum, stuff like this repetitively. It gives the gut the wrong signal that food's coming, but it doesn't. But xylitol is an interesting one. So xylitol, erythritol, sorbitol, we call these polyols or sugar alcohols, and they're commonly found in fruits, they're found in barks of trees, they're found in vegetables. They tend to be, some are digestible, some are partly digestible, some indigestible. Some of them are FODMAPs, so you've got to be careful with the gut. I do know many patients over the years who bought bags of xylitol thinking it was great to have. And one lady in particular was adamant that it didn't cause her any problems, and she was having like heaps of it every day. So studies have certainly shown no sort of serious effects of these products. Even one research paper I looked at where people were consuming like 3 or 4 ounces of xylitol a day for 2 years, apart from a bit of gastric distress, a bit of diarrhea or bloating or gas, they didn't really have many problems with it. Why I don't like these sugars so much, or any of these sugars, in my opinion, is because they keep a person hooked on the sweet taste. The only sweetening agents I would use in my house really would be honey from my own beehives or pure maple syrup. Those two things, and even then in moderation. Honey I will use probably more so in wintertime in my tea or my coffee, and I do use honey sometimes for cooking or basting, some nice lamb roasts on and things like that. But it's not a great idea to get hooked on sweet foods. It really isn't. It's quite addictive. It's going to disrupt the gut. It's only going to cause problems down the track. There's definitely some link in some research I've seen with these sugar alcohols or polyols could potentially be pushing people into more of a SIBO state. Because once you start getting used to eating these kind of sweet things, you want more and more of them. And oftentimes you'll get confused and start putting other sugars into your diet as well. So best not to get into the sweet habit too much. Once you get used to bitter or sour things like I have, like lemon, for example, and lime, and also brassicas, you'll really get to enjoy sour foods quite a lot, and it'll keep sweet to a minimum. You still enjoy sweet, but not as much. So once sweet becomes the overriding, predominant, thing in your taste buds, you'll want a lot of it, and that could end up causing you all kinds of digestive problems. So, are they safe replacements? Well, I think they are. And these sorts of sugars are certainly safer than the artificial sweeteners that are, widely researched and shown to be linked with many different problems with the brain function, for example. So I certainly endorse xylitol and stevia, for example, as kind of natural sugars. There's very robust evidence that xylitol has a great effect on stopping Streptococcus mutans, or the plaque formation on teeth. In fact, dental caries drops right off even with mothers chewing xylitol gum before they give birth to their baby, and then during the pregnancy. So, but as I say, I don't think gum chewing is a great idea, because you're just chewing, you're producing lots of saliva, you're giving the gut the wrong kind of signals. But for some people, it may suit them, but it doesn't suit me. Try not to get used to anything really sweet in your life. That way, you haven't got any predominant strong desire, for sugar, salt, or sour, or the main kind of tastes. You're going to enjoy your food a lot more if you don't have this incessant need always to have something sweet in your life. And if you do want something sweet, like me, have berries. Berries are quite sweet to eat. We've got raspberries coming back on the vines again now in fall, in autumn time. We've got raspberries back for the second time. We've still got a ton of blueberries out there, plus all the fruits. We've got so many stone fruits we're growing. We've got peaches, plums, nectarines, apricots. We've got beautiful, sweet, juicy pears. All these sugars in these foods are phenomenal. And the less man-made stuff you eat and the more natural sugar you eat, I think the more you're going to enjoy the texture, smell, and taste of the fruit. My sense of smells improved tremendously over the past few years, and it's a real delight to be able to smell stone fruit. And really, it's a very enjoyable part of eating that food is the sense of smelling that food too. So remember, food's not just about sweet, it's about enjoying that food for other reasons as well. So I hope that gives you a bit of an insight into these kind of sugars. I think they're okay, but don't overdo it. Thanks for tuning in.